Welcome to the video. I'm Nick from Noob to Pro and I hope you are doing great. We've been talking all about the different creatures of Ark, looking at everything you need to know to tame them, giving you tips and tricks on what to do with them, and have they got any special abilities. Today is all about the Pulmomonoscorpius, also known as the Scorpion. So, let's go find one. We're looking at the Scorpion spawn map for the island, and as you can see, they mainly spawn in the mountainous regions, but also the shapes outlined with black indicate the caves where they spawn and are quite common. So we've got a Scorpion just down here. Now we're quite safe up on this rock, it can't get to us from here. Though they are quite good climbers, so just be aware of that. If you try doing this from a rock which has got quite a gentle slope, it will be able to get up and get you from there. But we should be okay because this is quite a steep-sided rock. Now it doesn't look like I'm getting him, so I'm going to jump down and use a bowler. It's just a very basic way of taming the Scorpion. Get it knocked out and get it fed. It shouldn't take very long to get knocked out, to tell you the truth. Now, for the taming food, we are going to be using regular kibble today. That's the fastest and most effective way of taming the Scorpion. If you're not going to be using the kibble, then it's not raw mutton or prime meat or anything like that. The next best thing is spoiled meat and then raw meat. Nothing else will work. Now, with the spoiled meat, it will take you almost 3 times longer than with the kibble, and you will lose a couple of taming levels, but with the raw meat, it will take you nearly double the time of the spoiled meat, and you will lose nearly all of the taming levels. Also, with both the raw and the spoiled meat, you may have to use narcotic depending on the level of the Scorpion. Let's just have a quick look at those stats then. So he's got 1,000 health, 340 on the stamina, his melee damage is 150, so they're all okay. The weight there, 232, we could have probably done with that being a little higher, but usually that is the stat on the Scorpion that will let them down. If we don't get much into the weight on taming, then we'll just put a little bit of work into it. The Scorpion saddle is learnt at level 22. It will cost you 12 engram points. You can make it in your own inventory, and it is made out of hide, fibre and wood. Now, with the Scorpion preferring spoiled meat, the best way of getting large stacks of spoiled meat, you see I've got a stack of 20 here and it's got just over a minute left on the timer before it spoils. You split it and then every single piece of meat from that stack will have the same amount of time before it spoils. If you leave it in the stack, then the top one spoils and the timer goes back up to, I think it's about 8 minutes before the next one will spoil. So split them all and you're going to be able to get that spoiled meat a lot quicker. Let's skip forward then and I will see you when he's tamed. Okay, here he is tamed out at level 83, just as we expected. So we'll have a quick look at those stats. Okay, so he's got 300 into his health there, about 18 to his stamina, that's not too bad. Just over 100 into his melee damage, and what's that, about 16 into his weight. I didn't really expect much more than that, so we'll put a bit of work into that. But first of all, we'll just see what this guy is all about. Now, we've got the side of a mountain here, and he's taking it on, not much problem at all. If there was a sheer rock face, he would struggle to get up there, but as you can see, he is doing okay. And we've got a deer down here, okay. We're going to have to sort this guy out before we carry on. Now, whilst I'm doing this, I'll just explain the knockout ability of the Scorpion. Now, as you can see, each hit that the Scorpion is doing on the Daedon is doing 39 melee damage. Now, times that by 3, So what you've got 117, and that is the amount of torpor damage that the Scorpion is doing to the Daedon. Now it doesn't do the torpor damage instantly. What happens is over the next 10 seconds that 117 torpor will be added to the Daedon. Now it does stack twice, meaning that when you first come in contact with something, if you hit it twice, then over the next 20 seconds that torpor will be going in. So for this it would be what, 234 torpor would be going into the pig over that 20 seconds. After the first 10 seconds you can hit it again, and then it will add onto the end of the original 10 seconds, and after 10 seconds you can just keep hitting and it will keep adding on. So over time it will give the torpor to the creature that you're trying to attack and eventually knock it out. Now I didn't try that there with the Daedon because this is a newly tamed Scorpion, and I don't think it's got the health to withstand the attack that the Daedon would have done if I had to just keep waiting and keep waiting and keep waiting and only do an attack every 10 seconds. So that's why I killed it. Now we'll try to... Oh, we've got another one. Okay, now I'll try to explain the difference between the Scorpion's torpor attack and a trank arrow. With a trank arrow, when you fire the arrow, it instantly gives, say we were doing, we'll go with the 39 again, say we were doing 39 melee damage with that trank arrow, then instantly it would do double that. It would give 78 torpor damage the instant it hits to the creature that you've hit. But then over the next 4 to 5 seconds it would do another 2.5 times that over that 4 seconds. But you can keep on firing the trank arrows and keep on firing them every couple of seconds, and it will keep on stacking and keep on stacking. There's no only stacking twice like with the Scorpion. You can just keep going. But with the Scorpion, it's not costing you any trank arrows or anything like that, so you're saving yourself a little bit of materials there. And obviously if you've got your Scorpion leveled up on the melee damage, then it's going to be doing a lot more on the torpor damage as well. So I'm just going to see with this Sabertooth, I did 2 hits straight away when I came into contact, then I'm going to leave it about 10 seconds between hits, and I'm going to see if I can get the Sabertooth tranked out. Now with the Sabertooth, they take headshot multiplier, and to tell you the truth, they haven't got that much health, and when you're trying to trank them out it is actually quite easy to kill them. But saying that, it's doing quite a lot of damage. I'm going to have to kill this thing before it kills my Scorpion. Like I said, this is a newly tamed Scorpion, and I wouldn't be trying to level it up in a dangerous area like this. To tell you the truth, I'd usually take it down to the beach, maybe somewhere that's not as dangerous, and just trank a few things out, kill a few things, and get some levels into it that way. So I think I'm going to skip here and try to take it somewhere where we can level it up a bit safer. Okay, so here we are down at the beach. We've got a Baryonyx just there. We've got a couple of Dillos here. I'll just say hello to the Dillos. Give them a bit of torpor damage. As you can see, I have leveled up the melee a little bit. We're now doing 46 damage to 46 melee damage. So what's that? 120, 138. Yeah, 138 on the torpor. And we've got both the Dillos on the run. One of them there, he's unconscious. Let's just chase the other one down and see what you can do there. Now it's easily been 10 seconds since I hit him, so I can hit him again, and straight away he's unconscious. He was probably going to fall unconscious even without that last hit. So one thing I like to do with maybe a baryonyx or a larger creature, because you can shoot off the back of the Scorpion, you can actually mix, you can use some trank arrows and the Scorpion's torpor attack. So I'm going to try and leave it for a good 10 seconds now before I hit the baryonyx again, because what I don't want to do is injure the baryonyx too much. If I was trying to tame him, then I wouldn't want him too damaged. He's run off into the water, so I'll be honest, I think he's a bit of a lost cause there. We've got the perfect creature to try the torpor damage on here with the turtle. We'll get a couple of hits in on him, and then we just can keep out of the way. For the next 20 seconds, the turtle's torpor is going up. After 10 seconds, I'm going to go in, hit it again to keep that stack of 20 seconds going, and every 10 seconds just come back and hit it until the turtle falls unconscious. So obviously with a creature much faster and can be hitting you all the time, it's a lot harder, and you do have to get a good balance between your melee damage and your health, because if a creature's hitting you whilst you're waiting for 10 seconds to hit it, then yeah, it can basically kill you there. Whereas if you have got a high melee damage, then you're getting a lot more torpor in straight away. So yeah, like I said, you've got to find a balance there. So we've got an unconscious turtle, and we're going to try these trikes. I think with them being two of them, we're going to leave them alone. You probably wouldn't expect it, I know I didn't, but the Scorpion is quite a decent swimmer. It's not the fastest out there, but it is far from being the slowest. We are going to have just another quick look at the crossbow and Scorpion torpor attack. Now, the crossbow just did a 50 melee damage, so it does double that instantly on torpor, so that's 100. Plus 2.5 times that over 5 seconds, so that's another 125. So over 5 seconds the crossbow just did 225 torpor damage, whereas the Scorpion is only doing, what did we say, 138 torpor damage over a 10-second period. So it's a no-brainer really. At the moment the crossbow is doing the more torpor damage than the Scorpion. Now, it is a ramshackle crossbow, so it's a little better than a primitive one, but not that much better. So yeah, what we need to do is get the Scorpion leveled up, get quite a lot of levels into its melee damage, and then it will take over from the crossbow with trank arrow. It will become a better way of tranking a creature out. So we've got a Scorpion now with loads of levels pumped into the melee damage, and as you can see it's doing 152 melee damage to the Sarco, meaning it's doing 456 over a 10-second period on the torpor damage. Now we're going to have this Sarco tranked out. I think we'll just give it one more. Let's just see if it's... Is it unconscious? Yeah, there you go. So it's unconscious. Quite easy to do, but as you can see, we've done loads of damage to it. We nearly killed it. And there you go, a smaller creature. We went to trank it out and we killed it straight away. So you've got to find a good balance again between getting the melee damage too high. Yes, it is going to get the large creatures tranked out, but it's going to be too much melee damage for anything smaller that doesn't have a high health pool. Also, you need to remember that any creature that can take that kind of melee damage can also dish out that type of melee damage as well. So you need to put quite a lot of work into the Scorpion's health so it can withstand the incoming damage whilst you are trying to get the other creature tranked out. Now, I've got another Scorpion in a cryopod here that I've actually levelled out quite sensibly. I've put quite a bit into its health and also quite a bit into its melee damage. So we'll just find out what this one can do. Before we do that, I just want to show you another quick little trick for spoiling meat. As you can see, the meat I've just moved over wasn't anywhere near spoiled, but I've joined it with meat that was spoiling, so the top one of that stack suddenly became nearly spoiled. I split it, and then all of that stack is now nearly spoiled, and that's a way of quickly spoiling meat. Just add a stack of unspoiling meat to a stack that is nearly spoiled, split it, and then it will all be nearly spoiled. So, as I've said, this Scorpion, I've done quite a bit of levelling up on its melee damage, but also on its health. So it won't be doing as much melee damage as that last one, but it should be able to knock things out quite quickly, as well as taking in some damage. So that's 97, so that's what, 291? Over a 10-second period, the Dillo is unconscious straight away. With the double stacking, that's what, 582? Am I right there? Yeah, 582 over a 20-second period. That's going to get most creatures unconscious quite quickly, whilst my Scorpion can actually take a little bit of melee of damage itself. So let's just have a look at this turtle. So now I've hit it twice, it's going to take that 582 torpor damage over the next 20 seconds. After 10 seconds I'm going to hit it again, just in case that isn't enough, but I think it will be. And I think it's, yeah, and there you go. We've got one unconscious turtle. It was a little bit damaged, but nowhere near as damaged as that Sarko was earlier on. So I've found a better balance. I can get large creatures unconscious without doing too much damage to them. The Dillo, yeah, it is quite damaged there, but it's unconscious. With the other Scorpion, I would have killed it straight away. Same with that one just there. Okay then, one more test. I think we've got a couple of trikes here. We've already got an unconscious Parasaur there. And yeah, I'm going to take a few hits here, but I'm going to try and get both of these trikes unconscious. I think that one's on the run already, so he's nearly gone. Let's just see, he's a level 8. One more hit, he's going to be unconscious any time now. And I can just deal with this one. Got a few hits in on him. I'll just leave him be, and I think he's going to be going unconscious quite soon. He wants to get one or two more hits in, so I'll give him one more hit there. And yeah, so he's on the run, which means his torpor is going up, and there we go. So as you can see, I can get some of the larger creatures unconscious without taking much damage to myself. Final thoughts on the Scorpion. I know that I've just thrown a bunch of numbers at you, and I'm sorry about that, but to understand the Scorpion, you need to get the numbers. So, away from the numbers, these guys are quite a simple tame, and they've got a low level saddle, adding to your options when trying to trank out other creatures. Just be aware of your surroundings, as they do live in quite a dangerous area. You cannot breed the Scorpion, so there's no imprinting. Therefore, I would really suggest taming a high level one. As a low level Scorpion, you're not even going to get one that's going to be as effective as a primitive crossbow. As long as your Scorpion has got a high enough health pool that it can take the constant hits whilst you are waiting to attack again, then these are a reasonable way of tranking out other creatures. At least you won't be taking the hits, as your Scorpion will be soaking up all the damage. Their ability to cross most terrains makes them a reasonable way of getting around the island, saying that their low weight carrying stat can let them down sometimes. all in all, they do have their uses, but I think by the time you've leveled one up enough for it to be of any use to you, then you're probably going to have a ramshackle or a better crossbow, or even a long neck rifle with trank darts. Guys, don't forget to check out any more of our videos like the one shown on screen right now. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day.